right, it is 6 o'clock, and we're going to call the meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Has everyone had a chance to look at and review the minutes?
Yes.
Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns regarding the minutes? Can I get someone to move the minutes then?
So move.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, so Pam and Pat move and second the minutes. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, minutes are approved. All right, the treasurer's report.
Jack is not with us.
Jack is not here. Everyone had a chance to look at the treasurer's report. Does anyone have any questions? You'll notice that our library fines, fees, and contributions is down by quite a substantial number, and that is because we transferred those funds from the Denton and Krasinski to the foundation. So that's what that is. Does anyone have any questions about that? I'm sure Holly can answer them if they do. No? All right, can I get someone to move the financial report? Okay, thank you, Penny. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Report of the unpaid bills. Has everyone had a chance to look at the unpaid bills for June 16, 2022?
I do have a question.
Right.
And I'm not clear, but I thought we paid Wenzel last year and then he was going to fix for free. What?
Yeah, yes, this was the final payment. They had sent it to the wrong email address.
Oh, so this isn't,
This is what should have been paid at the end of the project.
This was
Last
the
year.
retainer.
okay. So, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? Can I get someone to move it? Okay, I heard Michael first, and I saw two other hands up, so you got your hand up again, Pat. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Holly, do you want to pass me the checks?
Oh, yes. I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you.
Correspondence.
We've got one item. Oh, everybody's here. It's a photo. It's from St. Mary Our Mother's, a 3-year-old pre-K. They gave it to Kim when she went for the last visit there.
Okay, that's it. All right, president's report. I don't really have anything to report at the present. Director's report.
Sure. I'd like to start out with Michelle Barrett. Michelle is the supervisor at the West Elmira Library, and she's going to be here to talk a little bit about the marketing.
So I'll just stand and such good to do this. I'm just here today to update a little bit about what's been going on with marketing at the library. I have the new grant cards. I don't know if everyone has seen these. We finished these maybe a month or two, but if you want one, I brought plenty to pass around. So that was a project that I had been working on and finally finished. So we have a marketing committee now that tries to meet regularly as much as possible. It's been a pretty busy few months, but we are meeting again on July 13th. And at this meeting, we're hoping to work on planning our September program, which is library card sign up month. Last year we did where if you showed your card at the local business, you got a certain percentage off. I'm not quite sure what we'll be doing this year. So library card sign up month is coming up. We currently have close to 4,000 in the marketing budget. So another thing I'm working on right now is new staff shirts. We haven't done new staff shirts in a while, and I'm working with Erica Dents from STLS on possibly getting Libby. I don't know if you guys use Libby. But we thought it'd be great if the staff was wearing Libby shirts. It depends how affordable they can make those for us. And then the other main thing the committee has been working on and that we're still working on is our marketing and publicity manual. So we only have like an hour or two, we get together, we try to knock out a section or two, and then I've been typing it up and replacing. There's a lot more than 6 of you here, I only brought 6, but if you wanted to look at these, I can pass a few around. This is not completed, this is just an idea of what we're doing, the highlighted sections are the ones we've already completed. I can do like 3 of them. So when we meet in July and August, we're hoping to finish up another big chunk of that marketing plan. I think overall the goal is to get it late fall, at least by the end of the year, completely done out there to staff and supervisors to start enforcing beginning of next year, I would say, along with staff training. Our goal with marketing coming up is to get everyone on the same page as far as marketing their programs. We are still using Canva. I was able during the pandemic to get us a free Canva account for nonprofits. And so now we're going to try to migrate to all staff using that for all our publicity. That's pretty much all I have for a marketing update. Do you have any questions?
Hi, Michelle. Originally, we said that the board was gonna be work with the staff on marketing.
Mhm.
And that kind of just got dropped somewhere along the way, probably during COVID. We had an advocacy committee, but I don't know what happened to it. Do you want to, is there something we could do? Some of us would volunteer to do to help you on the marketing committee?
I mean, if somebody's interested in coming to the meetings, and we'd love all the input we could get on the, we're like, as you can see, the manual has quite a bit more to go, so. Maybe, I don't know, but we are working on an outreach section, so maybe that would be a good,
Part of it.
yeah.
Well, could we put, if someone wanted to volunteer from the board, could we put could you give us your email so that we could tell you and then you could tell us when the meetings were?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So my email is my last name, Barrett, BARRETTM@stls.org. Our next meeting is July 13th at 2 p.m. and probably August 25th at 2 p.m. for the August meeting.
And that's gonna be where? Here?
Usually here in the small room. So the marketing committee consists of Ron, myself, Jenny Lewis, Steve from the Maker Lab, Tinker Lab, Doris Jean, and Amanda Farley. Is that everyone?
I think so.
You said July 13th at what time?
2 p.m.
One of the things we tried to do was any clubs or groups we belong to, we tried to get information and bring it to them about the library. I know in previous years, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea to continue or try again.
Yeah, one of our goals is to try to create some sort of like cloud-based area where everyone can input their programs they have going on. So people going into outreach, some sort of event can access all the flyers and programs that the libraries are doing. So if anyone was going to an outreach event, they would be able to reach out to a staff member and they should be able to easily access that information in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Is there representation at Juneteenth events this weekend?
There is not, the marketing committee doesn't actually do the outreach, where Caroline's still in charge of outreach, so we don't wanna overreach, but I'm not sure if anyone's attending.
Is she on your committee? I didn't.
No, she's not, but we've been working with her to develop the outreach section of the manual. So she typed up a one sheet for us, and that's what we're working on.
All right, thank you very much for coming to speak to us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And if anybody's interested, West Elmira Library circulating kitchen appliances.
So what kitchen appliances?
So, I can't help plugging it. We have a stand mixer and bread maker here. The guys are labeling and engraving. I have an ice cream maker, popcorn maker, pasta machine, a fondue pot, an omelet maker, a food processor, a juicer, an air fryer, an Instapot. And a little, like, you know, those Dash brand mini griddle things. There's like a mini griddle with a mini, they're like these little appliances that you pour your pancake mix in. It can make little waffles, and then a little griddle for little eggs. They're adorable. And a little Dash ice cream maker for the kids, so you get the ingredients and dump it in there, so.
Cool. Do you send out the manual with them?
We do, yep, and a laminated yellow sheet of cleaning instructions, so that that way it's nice and clear. Yeah. So, stop by and visit us there, check those out. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks for coming.
Yep, thanks.
Next thing would be personnel actions. They need approval.
That is just the step increases.
Yes.
I move. Thank you, Martha. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, it passes.
Okay. We're autism, sexual harassment, workplace violence, and active shooter training will be done by June 30th. As far as masks, I'm thinking about making them optional starting on Monday. I've had several staff ask about not wearing them. There are staff who are still concerned, so I'm advising staff that masks should be worn, especially in close quarters, but it will be up to the individual.
Do you need us to do any approvals for that?
I just wanted input. I mean, I think it's, I went to Rite Aid or whatever. They're not wearing masks. They still have the barriers up, but they weren't wearing masks. Wegman doesn't have it. I went and got prescriptions the other day. Even the pharmacy at Wegmans didn't have masks on. So I think it's time. Phyllis?
I haven't been able to get into the dashboard for the last few days.
The last time I checked, it was like 4 point something.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. All righty. The first draft of the budget was complete. The big concern right now is the amount of the percentage change in the amount we get from the taxpayers. first draft has it at 6.39%. That's higher than we normally go. We're ascribing it to the increase in wages, particularly affected with the New York State minimum wage. We also have an equipment line that we increased quite a bit. As you can see, salaries went up 8.4%. Medical dental, we predict is going up 7.37%. The equipment line, we have $50,000 in the equipment line. It's an increase from $19,000 last year. If you're concerned about the amount, what we could try to do is purchase the equipment using reserve funds, and that should help lower it a little bit. So we'll have that sent out to you next Monday.
Monday we're closed.
Oh, wow, Tuesday. That's basically it in a nutshell. Planning assumptions we used is the cost of the negotiated 2% raise, increase for employee benefits payments, and the purchase of equipment caused the need to override the property tax cap. Purchasing equipment using reserve funds could lower that increase. We believe funding from the Friends of Chemung County will remain at $18,000. And that's basically the major issues that we're looking at.
Could I ask?
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more for me, what Central Library Development and Central Aid?
Central Library Development Aid is given to the Central Library. It can be used for staffing. It can be used for purchasing equipment necessary to serve the rest of the system. And Central Book Aid is theoretically to purchase nonfiction books, including ebooks, for the entire system usage. And in the, Ledge brought that up. In the, there it is.
Yeah,
There's an increase supposedly from 57,200 to 96,000 for central library development, and an increase from 46,000 to 65,000 for central book aid. These are the planning figures that were given to us by Southern Tier Library System during the Central Library Committee when we met to discuss what was going on. There are new guidelines that are up at state level to be approved for central library funds use. We're not sure what it's going to be, but I hope to be getting some more information within the month. So. Summer Reading Club slogan is Oceans of Possibilities. We're planning many fun programs and events around the theme. There's going to be special events, reading challenges, and more throughout the summer from June 27th to August 5th. Once you've completed your registration, you will be able to log in and record your summer reading achievements. And we also recommend that you call your local library or look on the website for the calendar to see what your local branch is offering, what programs. Friends money, we're going to split it up a little bit differently this year. One of the things is the Makerspace have asked for funds for programming, so they're going to get some. I think $2,400, Holly. And we're putting more money into the hotspots because when I talk to the Friends of the Library, they like the idea of the hotspots.
Do
So
we have lots of demand for those?
yeah, there's a waiting list.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense to get more.
So, and we're trying to spread out the money more equitably among all the departments and branches. So it'll be a little bit different this year. That's it.
Okay.
Wait, can I ask a question
Sure.
about splitting it equitably? As in like each library gets a certain number of them, or equitability is in like need-based? Like I would assume they're needed more here.
Oh, the funds are needed
than,
more
like,
here,
West
but
Elmira.
I want to make sure that West Elmira, Van Etten get a little bit more than they did last year.
Okay,
That's all. Thank you for the question. It's, yeah, basically based on need.
okay,
And this obviously is,
right,
the big dog on the block.
right.
So, okay.
Okay. Has everyone had a chance to look at the executive committee minutes? Assuming you weren't at the meeting? Does anyone have any questions about anything we discussed at that meeting? All right. Moving on then to the Budget and Finance Committee, which Jack is not here to report on, and since I was here, I'll report on. We met, it was very, very short. We looked at the initial draft of the budget, and it was basically the conversation we just had, only shorter. And that was it. Did we even have a buildings and grounds meeting?
No.
Do you want to update us on the project and the progress of the parking lot?
We're
and the-
still waiting for them to come in. Obviously, the weather hasn't cooperated. They wanted it to be dry for quite a while. And then we're still on the list for Elmira Structures to repair the brick. Again, it's not a big job. I'm figuring it's going to be a rainy day project, to be honest with you. So, but we're in the queue for both.
Okay, thank you. So for Personnel Committee, do you want to table that until executive session? Okay. Election and continuity, Phyllis.
Okay, we just had a meeting and, I'm just gonna read what Rick has written for me. As in past years, the trustee election will be conducted on election day with two places, Steel and Horseheads. Election day is November 8th. My printer didn't print it out very darkly. Sue Cook will serve as election commissioner again this year, and the board has approved the election budget not to exceed 4,000. There are 4 districts up for election this year. and Five districts, yes, up for election. And the status of these districts are District 3, Pam, and Pam has told me that she will not run again. So we are looking for someone for District 3. District 4, Kevin has said that he will run again. District 8, Penny will run again. District 9, Krista said she will run again. District 13, Mark said he will run again. If there are any errors in this, let me know. The petitions are required to have the candidate's name on the ballot. Petitions require the signature of 25 registered voters who reside in the candidate's legislative district. I have some petition forms here with me tonight, and if anybody wants more, I'm sure Holly and I can get them for you. We talked a little bit about this. It makes it a lot easier for the people who are doing the election if you do get your name on the ballot. But if you don't do that, it's still the same. Please get at least 3 write-in votes for yourself in case somebody wanders in and puts anybody's name on it. If you just have one, we sometimes have a problem. And there's also the absentee ballots, which can be sent to you if you want to do it that way. So if anybody has any, okay, I'll talk to you later, okay?
I was waiting again, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. If anybody has a question, see me and I'll try to help you. That's, I guess, Sue Cook met with us and she is going to start the advertising for it right away. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay, all right, thank you very much, Phyllis. Okay, non-existent advocacy committee. No? Okay. I move that we enter executive session. Can I get a second? Penny, thank you, seconding? Yes?
I want to cover one thing real quick in executive session, if you don't mind.
Okay, we can, yeah, you can, and then we'll kick you and Holly out
Yep.
so we can.
Well, actually,
discuss
Holly
further.
has to
Okay,
abscond.
well, all in favor of entering executive session? Aye. Any opposed?
Should say the purpose.
Entering the executive session for the purposes of discussing personnel matters, and what was your topic?
Raise,
Oh, so personnel matters.
yes.
Okay, if you could end the recording, please. No, it's up top.
Oh, geez, what am I thinking?
Okay. We need to wait for Ron before we, let me tell you, when we came out of executive session, Penny moved and Pam seconded. Sure. Other thing is, can I get someone to move? I move that we give Polly a 5% raise. And I see Bonnie's hand goes up first, so Bonnie's the second. All in favor? Aye. That was unanimously approved. Okay, and then I move that we designate the Personnel Committee as the authority to make disciplinary decisions regarding district employees. And Penny seconds. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that has passed. Anything else that we need to discuss for old business? Any new business? Any period of public expression? You're the only member of the public here, anything you want to express? Okay. I move we adjourn. Can I get a second? Thank you, Kevin. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming.